ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Sairam. We had completed the 8th Anuvakam last week, and we are going to begin the 9th Anuvakam of Sri Rudram. I'll just give a brief intro to the Anuvaka and then we'll proceed. Shri Rudradhyaye Navamonuvakaha. Shri Rudradhyaye Navamonuvakaha. Shri Rudradhyaye Navamonuvakaha. Navamaha Anuvakaha. Navamonuvakaha. Navamaha means 9th Anuvaka. This Anuvaka consists of 19 Yajus mantras. Just like the previous 8 month. There are 8 Anuvakas which start with Namaha. And of course, the first 3 Anuvakas, that is second, third, and fourth, have the Namaha in the front and the end of the mantras, each of the Yajus mantras. That is the second and third and fourth. Fifth onwards till the 9th. The Namaha appears in the beginning of the mantra, but not at the end. This is the last Anuvaka like that. This mantra too is describing the unique characteristics of Sri Rudra or Rudra Bhagavan, and it also dwells on the all-pervasiveness or Sarvantaryamitvam or Sarva Atmakatvam. So that he's the indweller in everything, which makes everything function. So with those few words of introduction, we'll proceed with the mantras. Nama Iranyaya cha Prapathyaya cha. Nama Iranyaya cha Prapathyaya cha. Nama Iranyaya cha Prapathyaya cha. In terms of pronunciation, just you have to make sure of the th in this prapat. That is the second letter in the Thavarga and has to be aspirated. Okay. Other than that, the mantra should be reasonably simple. Let's look at the meanings. Namaha, salutation. Iranyaya. Iranyaya is the fourth vibhakti again. The fourth noun form of the simple noun Irinyaha. Irinyaha. So Irinyaha is one who belongs to or who resides in salty land, the land which has lot of salt present in it. So we were looking at waters of all kinds in the past, but now, so we are going to the land, ground. We were in the waters. Now we are all about earth, and so the earth by the ocean side, they would be rich in salt. Okay, so salty land is the Rudra is present there also. The next one is Prapathyaya. Prapathyaya is again fourth noun form of the simple noun Prapathyah. Prapathyah. I think you must be remembering Patinam Pataye Namah. Patha means path, the highway of sort, So Prapatya means it is very well traveled path. Prapatya. Okay. So the Lord resides in well trodden paths. And the Lord resides in salty land. So the rishis are able to witness or perceive Sri Rudra in these parts of the creation also. So the salutations, the one who resides in the salty lands, and one who resides in well-trodden paths. Okay, so you can say by the side of the waterways there will be land which will be rich in various minerals also, and then there are pathways which take one away along these lands. So in both places the Lord is present. I have some excerpts. I thought it's an opportunity to read some of Swami's teachings. So we'll look at that. The Icha Shakti wills to attain God, let us say. So in us there is Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. Icha Shakti is the will, okay, which wants to do something. The desire or the initial thought of wanting to do something is Icha Shakti. Let us say, mere wish is too weak to gain the goal. Jnana Shakti advises you not to despair. There are ways by which you can win. It lays before you various sadhanas. Kriya Shakti takes these up and inspires you to act, to persevere in practice until you attain the objective. Unfortunately, 99 men out of 100 use only the Icha Shakti. They stop with the wish. They do not pursue and attain the bliss that waits. Their faith falters. They do not march on boldly. The Icha prompts you to earn a first class in the examination. But the Jnana is ignored and the Kriya is left undone. If 1,000 of that eagerness is shown in Kriya, in the test, the first class can be secured easily. Krishna has elaborated in the Bhagavad Gita the methods in which these three powers can be cultivated and utilized by man. Above all, the evil desire to harm, injure, and insult others must be uprooted from the mind. The saplings of devotion and dedication can grow only on minds that are soaked in karuna, compassion. How can even the best of seeds sprout on salty soil? Compassion means reflecting in our minds the joys and sorrows of others and responding with exhilaration and sympathy. For this to happen, the mind has to be cleansed and transformed into a fine mirror. Because of the word salty lands, I thought I will pick this up. And Swami is also talking about the path that we have to travel in the earlier part. He's also saying it lays before you various sadhana, okay, to gain the goal. So if you want to reach a place, the pathway show the way. So the thing is, if we are, even in the land of salt, the Lord is present. But the thing is, we have to bring out the Lord, and we should be able to plant the seeds of devotion and love. And for that, the various pathways show us, well-trodden pathways, prapatyaya. So Swami is talking about the, the path. To travel on the path, we need Ichcha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, how to do it, how to do anything. And also Kriya is the ability to travel the path. So all three are important. Even the other Lord is there. Even that He has laid out well. And there are many who have traveled that way. So in those paths also the Lord is. Okay, He is there to guide. So Swami says from the salty water, the salt land has to be converted into something where you can grow compassion and other great qualities. So I thought we can just even so, even if our heart is salty, Swami says it has to be made into sweet. And the salty waters are also there. Ocean of salt, the world is, Swami sometimes say it's samsara sagara, which is salty, which is, it just also, it's rough, but then it has to be turned into milky ocean, which is sweet, and that's where the Lord resides. Though He resides in the salty ocean also, but to bring Him out, the ocean has to be converted to milky ocean. So those are parts of compassion. But even in this world, which is full of all sorts of experiences, the Lord is still present, and we have to travel the path well trodden to bring out that divinity and make the land fertile, which is our heart. So they know that's a sort of understanding I got. So I thought I will share that here. Okay, we will go to the next mantra. Nama Kim Shilaya Cha Kshayanaya Cha. I think those who may be familiar will think isn't it Kigum Shilaya or Kigum Shilaya, as many pronounce. But the reality is that it Anuswara, which is just after Ki, it undergoes a change into while chanting, and especially in the Yajurveda mantra, to Gum. Okay, Gum. And there are many ways people pronounce, but it's actually Gum. Gigum Shilaya is the way it's pronounced. This is very, I think I already mentioned that it is pretty unique to only Krishna Yajurveda, where this practice of Anuswaras changing into Gum or G happens because of certain rules. Because the Shi is following that, it becomes Kigum Shilaya. But because we are just looking at the meanings, the word is Kim Shilaya. Nama Kim Shilaya Cha Kshayanaya Cha. Nama Kim Shilaya Cha Kshayanaya Cha. In terms of pronunciation, there are no aspirated letters. This Kim Shilaya and Ksha. This Ksha is, the tongue should be, the Ksha is cerebral Ksha. So Kshayanaya. Nama Kim Shilaya Cha Kshayanaya Cha. Okay, so we'll look at the meaning. Namaha Salutation, Kim Shilaya. Kim Shilaya is again fourth noun form or fourth vibhakti of the simple noun. Kim Shilaha. Kim Shilaha. Uh, Shila itself is rock. Okay. Kim Shilaha means Kim can have multiple meanings. It can be broken pebbles, rocks, okay, stones. That kind of meaning is Kim Shila. So Kim Shilaha means one who is of that place, who lives, resides in such places. So the Lord is present even in Kim Shila. Okay, Kim Shila places. So one who resides in rocky, uninhabitable places, to that Rudra we bow down. Because when you travel on the road, maybe when we all drive to Puttaparthi, we can see many hills and places where lots of rocks, dry land, where uncultivatable uh, uh, land which is with rocks and stones. The Lord is present there also. Okay, Lord is present in such places also. Kshayanaya is the next name. It is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Kshayanaha. Kshayanaha. Okay. Kshayanaha is habitable places. Okay. Kshayanaha is one who resides in habitable places. So, uninhabitable places also the Lord is present. In habitable dwellings also, places also the Lord is present. So you can see on the land of various nature, the Lord is present in all kinds of places. Is again visualized or perceived by the rishis. Salutation is the one who resides in rocky, uninhabitable places, and one who resides in habitable dwelling places also. It shows that the Lord, we should be able to perceive and experience the Lord in all kinds of situations. Okay, and we will look at some excerpts of Swami. The individual self is always the eternal self, Shivam. Shivam is the ever indwelling, Shivam is ever the indwelling spirit in the individual. The one who is aware of this oneness is verily the knower of the self, none other. It's a poem which Swami has sung in one of the discourses. The body is there, as long as the Shivam is there, it is a human being, a living being. When the Shivam exits, only Shavam remains. Okay, Swami always says. Embodiments of divine love. Only the one who realizes that there is no difference between the Shiva and the individual is a true Atma Jnani, knower of the self. Scientists are seeking to explain the mystery of creation in many ways, in various ways. The science of spirituality has also been explaining creation in various ways. Whatever anyone may say, what is perceived by us is the atom. Without the atom, there can be no universe. Rocky mountains, wooded forests, the waters of the ocean, the mud of the earth, and the flesh and bones of the body are all composed of atoms. No object will be perceivable without the presence of atoms. The food you eat, the water you drink, the objects you see, and the earth you tread upon are all made up of atoms. When you inquire into the nature of the atom, you realize that the whole world consists of atoms. The Veda described the divine as Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan, which is subtler than the subtlest atom and vaster than the vastest object. Many regard the atom as something which is not visible to the eye. This is wrong. The atom consists of particles which are not visible. So, the ancient sages considered that the divine was immanent in the atom. O Lord, you are extremely subtler than the atom and vaster than the vastest object. You are said to be manifest in the 84 lakhs of species in the universe and declared to be omnipresent throughout the cosmos. How can we hope to recognize you? So there is a discourse from 1997 of Swami. Because he has used the word Rocky Mountains, I thought I would use it. But basically, Swami is talking about the all-pervasiveness of the Lord. So even in the rocky land, the Lord is present. In the dwelling places also, the Lord is present. Because until and unless we see atom as the divine, as Shiva himself, we will not be able to experience him. And this atom, which is Shivam, is present everywhere in every object in this world, including the Rocky Mountains. And Swami has covered all kinds of objects as again composed of the same atom. So that was the experience of the rishis, and they said when they chanted these mantras. We'll go to the next mantra. Nama kapardine cha pulastaye cha. Nama kapardine cha pulastaye cha. Nama kapardine cha pulastaye cha. None of the letters are aspirated, so it should be rather simple for anyone to chant. We will look at the meaning. Namaha Salutation. Kapardine. Kapardine is again the fourth vibhakti, the fourth noun form of the simple noun Kapardin. Kapardin. I think I may have discussed this earlier on also, but Kapardin means one who has matted hair. Shiva is seen as someone who has matted hair, very unruly hair. Jatha. He's always, Kapardin is a name which is used for Lord Shiva or Rudra in the Mahabharata quite often. Whenever Rudra is referred to, the word Kapardin is used, the one who has lots of hair. I think we have looked at Vipta Keshaya and one who is with hair, without hair also we had seen earlier on. So Kapardin is one who is with matted hair. To that Lord, we bow down. I think I have given lots of meanings there at that point in time. What does the hair stand for? It comes from the hair, head and all that. So I think you all can refer to that. The next, yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, Rudram. But there are words that we are repeating, right? The Kapradinacha, Virkshepyocha. Is there any other meaning other than that we are repeating the same words? Or is there any reason that we are using that word? In the Anuvakam one, we are doing the sum of the words is repeated again. I'm trying to understand because some of the verses we don't repeat like that, but here also, thank you.
Yeah. I think this has baffled not baffled, all those who have tried to comment or find meaning in these words. they are of the opinion that they should mean slightly different meaning in each case. The matter here in this case, so generally some of these aspects of the Rudra, Sri Rudra are given in different contexts and in contrasting different aspects of Lord Shiva. So they have tried to slightly differentiate wherever possible the meanings, because I think there are some people who are of the opinion that the same name need not be repeated. If it was repeated, it should be meaning something else. But I think it all depends on the devotee and the chanter as to how you want to understand and what context have they given. Um, Sometimes the names, repetition of the name is also has its own value. The sound may have been a factor. The Lord wants the name to be repeated. Like Vrikshepyo is quite another one. Kapardin happens, appears again and again. Harikeshaya happens again and again. So each of these mantras may have a certain potency, and in combination with other sounds also they can have some beneficial effect. That so it's I cannot comment on it, but we can look at.
Is it something we can look at in the dhyana sloka ways?
It's each person can use
Okay.
any mantra whichever appeals.
Okay.
If some words names appeal, people use it again and again. Also, you can say whichever appeals to your mind as the right meaning, you can use that to contemplate on the Lord. But Kabardin just means hair.
Thank you.
One who is with hair. But why? What does the having hair mean? I think that's the question which we can ask. So I think we had looked at Harikeshaya means the green hair also. Okay, and it's rolled into something. So when we look at some of the excerpts, you can see how Swami has used some of these to explain, because ultimately as long as they bring us some meaning which is of a elevating nature, that's all matters. Okay, so Kabardin. So you can see in all the mantras there's a contrast of something which is pleasant and something which is not so pleasant. Uninhabitable places, habitable places, So he's saying matted hair means it's very unruly, unkempt hair. Okay, that is there also the Lord Shiva is present. But the next is Pulastaye is the next name. Pulastaye is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Pulasti. Pulasti. Okay. So Pulasti, there are two meanings given by commentators. One is one whose hair is Pula, means it is very curly and curvy. Okay, curly and curvy hair. One who is with that means very attractive hair, which in curls. Okay, means whenever Krishna or Shiva or they are described, sometimes they will say you have curly hair, and Swami himself has curly hair. Okay, Pulastaye means one who has curly hair. Pulasti means one who stands in front of the devotees. Okay, who will give darshan with a pleasant form. Okay, that also is the meaning. So one can say all of us are, when we get up after sleep, our hair is unkempt. We are called kapardins. Then before we go in front of people, we have to, groom ourselves, and people say, oh, such good hair is there. So in both, the Lord is present. The Lord is present with unkempt hair. He is in the cremation ground, wearing all vibhuti, which is the ashes. But the same Lord can be present in front of the Lord in a very bright and pleasant, well groomed form also. So the Lord is present in ungroomed and in the groomed also here. So he can please the devotees however the Lord is capable of all that also. So that's the way most of the commentators have looked at it. So that contrast, even there the Lord is present, even the Lord can be present in that form also. Lord is present in the very well-groomed form also. See, Pulakangitam, we will say, I don't Pulakangitam, if everyone knows. Pulakangitam means when the hair stand on, when you look at something, horripilation, they will say, your body, you feel something, and in the body you feel so much joy, So Pulasti means one who can give you that kind of experience. So that kind of meaning also has been, commentators have given. So the meaning which the commentators agree is one who is with unkempt matted hair and one who is with curly hair stands in front of the devotees and give them such a joyful darshan. So Nama Kabardine cha Pulastaye cha. So that's the meaning which commentators have perceived. I will just read one excerpt from Swami. It's one Buddha Purnima in 2006. The principles taught by Buddha have profound significance, but people are not trying to understand them. You might have observed that Buddha had curly hair on his head. One lock of hair was entwined with the other. There's an underlying message of unity in this. He had only one feeling in his heart, the feeling of love. He taught, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, I take refuge in righteousness. Premam Sharanam Gacchami, I take refuge in love. So Swami is seeing, Buddha, a clean-shaven Buddha also pictures are there. But in many pictures you will see a hair of Buddha shown as a very curly hair, which is close to his head. And Swami's that curl actually shows this entwining of one strand of hair to another one. So I think the unity or working together in love, Swami says, is depicted by that. Okay, and Swami has also used the word Premam Sharanam Gacchami, which is not a common mantra which they chant, but what he stood for is love, is what I think Swami has explained. So I thought I will just pick that up and show. So Pulastiya, if it's curly hair, means whenever we describe the Lord as having curly hair, that means it shows some form of unity principle. Namo Goshthyaya cha Grhyaya cha. Namo Goshthyaya cha Grhyaya cha. Namo Goshthyaya cha Grhyaya cha. Pronunciation of the word Goshthyaya. The ush is cerebral aksha, so the tongue should be raised up. And the ta is the second ta in the ta varga, so it has to be aspirated. But the position of the tongue would be same for ush and ut. Goshthyaya. So we can pay attention to that. Namo Goshthyaya cha Grhyaya. Here is another compound consonant, but it should be okay. Okay. We will look at the meaning. Namaha Salutation. Goshthyaya. Okay. Goshthyaya is the fourth noun form of the noun Goshthyah. Okay, Goshthyah. Goshthyah means one who is who is present, who is resident in a cowshed. Go asti. Asti means it where cows are kept. In that place, the Lord resides. Okay. Goshtyaha. So to the one who resides in cowsheds, our salutation. The word go has multiple meanings. I think I have covered in the past, but we will go over them again. Because I have excerpted from Swami's discourse where Swami is talking about it. Because the word go stands for the gum, that's the root. It means multiple things, not only a cow. Cow is kept. It means the Omkaram, it means Vedas, lots of meanings, the earth. Everything is covered in the word go. So we'll look at that. So one who is present in all these is the Lord. Whatever is depicted by the word go. Goshthyaya. The next word is Grihhyaya. Grihhyaya is again fourth vibhakti. Okay, Chaturthi vibhakti and fourth noun form of the simple noun Grihyaha. Grihyaha. So Grihya comes from the word Griha, means home. Okay. So one who resides in homes. So when in villages you will see there will be cowshed and there's people living, but the Lord is present in both places. Okay, salutation to the one who resides in the cowsheds and one who resides in homes. Krishna is a cowherd, he resided at home and also he slept with the cows, where the cows were kept. Jesus is supposed to have been born in a cowshed. So the shed where animals are kept. So you can see some parallels everywhere. So the Lord does not differentiate between a home or a cowshed. Okay, so you can see the contrast everywhere. Even in where we think God will be present, God is present. Where we think God is present, there also God is present. Rudra is present everywhere. So Grihya, yeah, Grihyaya Namaha, the one who resides in homes, to that Lord also we bow down. Salutation to the one who resides in the cowsheds and one who resides in homes. I have a long excerpt. I hope it's okay with you all. I will just read through. But it's an opportunity to, integrate what Swami has taught, so I have excerpted. So let's look at this. This is 1973 summer course. It was entirely dedicated for Bhaja Govindam, verses composed by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. I think once upon a time, when I was a Balavika student, it was one of our syllabus items, because whatever Swami had covered in summer showers was considered. So this was one of the textbooks, so it's from there. So I will read it. For the verse Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja, there are varied interpretations given by many learned scholars. And the word Govindam has been assigned several meanings. But the real meaning of Govindam is that it refers to one who looks after the cows or tends to the cows. Goshthyaya. Okay. The inner meaning is that it refers to one who has control over the animal nature in man. There is some animal nature which is remaining as a residue in man. This residual animal nature of man has to be changed and transformed. One who is able to transform this animal nature in man is Govinda. For an animal, human nature is inaccessible as a goal, but for man, divine nature is accessible as a goal. However, as mentioned earlier, there is a residual animal nature in man, and we have to inquire what is meant by this animal nature. When we show green grass to an herbivorous animal, it is attracted, comes close, and expresses its pleasure by moving its tail. I found this very nice because uh, Swami is talking about that, we started the mantras with salty land and prapatya, well-trodden paths. So, just the same way, we have animal qualities that have to be transformed into something better, or that should be controlled. And we should have as a goal, we should have a goal of seeking the divine, prapatyaya, that words I found. So you can see everywhere, two things are shown. There is salty land, and then there is ways which we have trodden. That's the contrast. Salty land may not, it's not worth, it's cultivable. You can't get any harvest. That kind of land soldier, then there are lands which take you forward, prapatya. So similar meaning is there, that kind of contrast is there in every mantra in this Anuvaka. So I thought I will point it out. We will continue on. It's for 4 slides of Swami's talks, but the same animal runs away if you take a stick and go to beat it. In this manner, man today is attracted, comes close if you show him some money, but if you're angry and shout at him, he runs away. Is this not animal nature in human beings? On the other hand, as human beings, we should not be afraid, nor should we cause fear to others. We are not cattle to be afraid, and we are not animals to cause fear to others. However, when some wrong deeds come to our notice, or when something false is said, then to expose the truth, separate it from untruth, and punish the person responsible for such misdeeds should be the accepted qualities of man. These cannot be the qualities of an animal. So when we utter the word Govinda, we must understand and discriminate between wrong and right, and punish the person for his wrong deeds and reward him for his good deeds. So that's what Govinda himself does. That's what Goshtya means. One who is comfortably living among animals in the cowshed. We'll go on. To carry on the improvement of human nature so as to move closer to the divine is thus the aspect of Govinda. Every day you have to think of Govinda, utter his name, develop faith and confidence in him. It is not possible to do otherwise and yet be happy. Another meaning of the word Govinda is that it is an uttered sound. Whether it is for the words that are uttered by man, or for the sounds that are produced by animals, or for what has been said in the Vedas. There's only one base. There may be superficial differences in the quality, but the base is the same sound for all of them. Therefore, this alternative meaning enables us to look at Govinda as the personification of sound or Shabda, Gam or cow, Bhumi or earth, Veda or Vedas, or Swarga or heaven. He who represents all these things is Govinda. So the word Go represents all this, as you can just sound, the Vedas, the cow, the earth, Vedas, or Swarga, heaven. The Rudra is present in all these. The word Goshtya. Okay, so I continue on. This word Bhumi also gives us the meaning that Govinda is at the back of all the drama of this world that is enacted on the earth. In the word Swarga, we get the meaning that he is the Lord of the place where we can get all kinds of happiness and pleasure. In referring to the Vedas, we also get the meaning that in talking of Govinda, we are talking of the aspect of Lord himself, since we say Vedo Narayana Harihi. Thus, we have to recognize that whether it is in the gross, in the subtle, or in the causal appearance of this world, it is Govinda who is shining. So the word Goshthyaya can cover so much meaning. So I thought I have tried to equate it to Govinda. Govinda is one who is among the cows. So one who is residing in the cowshed is with the cows. So Govinda and Goshtya is similar in meaning, is the way I have looked at it, for whatever it's worth. So I thought it's an opportunity for us to read Swami's words on this. One more excerpt of Swami's discourse. Kabir was weaving a yellow silk garment for the Lord, for his Rama. Kabir was a great saint, a devotee of Lord Rama, Kabir Das. He had to work on the loom alone by hand. He recited Rama, Rama, Rama and went on weaving ceaselessly. The cloth became 20 yards long, but Kabir did not stop. His penance continued unabated, and the garment was becoming longer. The bliss, ananda of the craft, devotion to his Lord, was enough food and drink for his sustenance. When he gave it to the temple priest for clothing the idol of Rama, the garment was just the right length and breadth, not a finger breadth more. Such men are the mainsprings of the joy that spiritual persons fill themselves with in India. The home Griha must resound to the name of Govinda. Otherwise, it is just a cave, guha, where wild animals dwell. The body needs a house, but the body is itself a house. In that house too, the name of Govinda must be heard, or else it is a mud pot, ghata, not a man's body. Swami is telling, in a home also Govinda should be present. If the name of Govinda is not present, it is not Griha. So Grihyaya, Goshtyaya, Grihyaya. In the Goshtyaya also the Govinda is present in the cowshed. Griha also Govinda should be present. Only then it's a home. So in a home is a home, according to Swami. If the name of God is not present in the home, then it's not Griha. So that's the meaning Swami has given. So I thought in these two he has mentioned Govinda. And so it's so apt for the mantra Goshtyaya, Grihyaya, for both our Namaha. Namaha. So I thought I found it appealing, so I thought I would share. So which home, which cowshed, Lord Rudra is present. We'll go to the next mantra. Namastalpyaya ja gehyaya cha. Namastalpyaya cha gehyaya cha. Namastalpyaya cha gehyaya cha. In terms of pronunciation, it should be pretty simple because there are no aspirated letters. So we will look at the meaning. Namaha Talpyaya is the second word. So as you can see, there is Sandhi. The Visarga has become is because of saying it together. But individually, it is Namaha and Talpya. Okay, Talpyaya is the fourth vibhakti of simple noun Talpyaha. Talpyaha means one who reclines in a cot. Okay, one who reclines on a cot. So why is the Lord reclines on a cot, we can say. Okay, to him also. We'll look at the next mantra and then we'll discuss it together. Gehyaya is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Gehya. Okay. Gehya means one who is in a multi-storied home, a mansion, a palace. So Rudra is apparently he is in the palace also. Okay, he lives in a palace. Then what is this Talpya? The multiple meanings people have given, but then there are people who don't have anything other than a bed. It's not even a bed. I'm always reminded of these homeless people. Where they live is only a cot, only a bedding. That is their house. In such places also the Rudra is present. Rudra is there also. He's in a palatial, many-storied mansion also he lives. So again the contrast. Among the poor also, a poor dwelling also the Lord is present. Where there is no dwelling, also the Lord is present. In a multi-storied home also the Lord is present. The Lord is equal to everyone. So that is when I was reading it, I was reminded of a poor cobbler in Bangalore. Once Swami was staying in some rich devotee's home, and this cobbler who was stitching chapels and shoes, repairing shoes outside, wanted Swami to come to his place, and Swami went with him to his humble hut dwelling, sat on the floor and ate whatever he offered. I think this has been documented by Raganapati in his book. So the God is at home in the most simplest dwelling or in the mansion. He does not differentiate. It is both are the same. So that is Sri Rudra. So I thought I would just share that. So we'll look at the next mantra. Namah Katyaya cha Gahvareshtaya cha. Namah Katyaya cha Gahvareshtaya cha. Namah Katyaya cha Gahvareshtaya cha. In terms of pronunciation, there Katyaya, it should be okay, simple. There is no aspiration. Yeah. Gahva, that you have to pay attention to. This one, Ushtha, I think. So here also, the Sha is cerebral Sha, and the Ta is the second Ta, so it has to be aspirated. So Gahvare Shtaya. If you look at the meaning, Namaha is salutation, Katyaya is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Katyaha. We have already seen the word Katyaha because it's a thorny, impenetrable place. It's Katya. Okay. No one can enter, that kind of a place. There also the Lord is residing. Okay, He resides there also. Kahvareshtaya is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Kahvareshtha. Kahvareshtha means in higher mountain caves, the Lord is present. They are also difficult for people to go, but in such place also the Lord is present. So even if you go to a mountain, hilly place, it's a jungle, there will be places where you can't even enter. Thorny places, the Lord is there also. But there will be caves where you can go in, there also the Lord is present. So even hard to reach places, the Lord is present. We were looking at dwelling place, multi-storied building. Now here we have taken to the mountain, where among the bush shrubs also he is present. and in the mountain cave also he is present. Okay, so salutation to the one who resides in thorny, impenetrable places and one who resides in mountain caves. We'll look at the next mantra. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sorry to disturb, brother. Just going through these mantras, I'm just thinking why we are on a contrast way of meditating on in the Rudra. Is there something we can visualize or remember God? Because some of the when you take the Varam, praise mean praise it goes in one praise ways, right? But here the contrast ways is something.
Yeah, so the thing is, in this world of duality, see, it's considered an Upanishad. Rudram is considered an Upanishad. In this world, we see everything as dual: good, bad, beautiful, ugly, happiness, sorrow. So the world is full of dualities, two extremes, night and day. But in both, the Lord is present. We should cultivate the ability to see the Lord everywhere. Again, Swami has clearly said, when he was talking about Govinda, Govinda means he will also punish where it has to be punished. Even places where punishment has to be inflicted, the Lord is present. Where things have to be encouraged, the Lord is present. Just because the Lord is present, how we have to approach each situation, also Swami has said. What is the right thing in right circumstances? But in both cases, the Lord does whatever he has to for the benefit of everyone, for the world. Even for those people who are bad or this. So even in difficult places, the Lord is there because only to change that place. So we have looked at salty places where nothing can be grown. Swami says you have to, the Lord is present, we have to bring it out. So in us also, the animal qualities are there. That also has to be brought out. So you have to be removed. So in everywhere, there's a negative, wherever the negative, that has to be removed and positive has to be sown. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna calls it Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. That means, just like a farmer is present to dig the land, prepare the land, remove the weeds. That is one of the aspects. Then the same farmer will go to the same land and plant seeds and pour water. In both cases, the farmer is present. Even when the weeds are overgrown, there the farmer is present to remove. And in the plant, good things also, farmer is there to plant and water. So that's the nature of the Lord. He creates, removes, clears, reconstructs, all that also. So there is contrast in this world, but sometimes we only want one thing. We don't want the other thing. And the Lord is, for that also there's a purpose. And I think that comes through. So jnana is that the entire, all the Upanishads teach this duality. And how do we deal with this duality for the best positive outcome? So unless we are able to deal with it, we cannot solve the problem of existence itself. So that's where the duality is shown.
So it's like something like in duality, see oneness, and it's like that.
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Yes.
thank
You
you.
see the oneness and act appropriately for the situation.
Okay,
That's the way then only we can live. And that's what the Upanishads teach.
thank you, thank you.
Saira Mante.
I think it's to see God in everything. Even in Tamil, we say Sarva Vyavahar, everywhere Swami, God is there, The bad person, good person, bad situation, it's all opposites or contrasts. The bottom line is to see God in everything. That is
Yes,
Thank you, Aruna.
Thank you, Sai. So we will go to the next mantra. Namo Hradayaya cha Niveshpyaya cha. Namo Hradayaya cha Niveshpyaya cha. Namo Hradayaya cha Niveshpyaya cha. In terms of pronunciation, it should be pretty simple. But I just wanted to point out the word Hra. In some of the publications, even the word Hr is given. Hridayaya. It may mistake, many people think it's Hridaya, but the actual word is Hridayaya. Hridaya. Okay, Hridayaya. So that's the only thing which you have to pay attention to. Hridayaya. Other than that, I cannot point out anything. This ush is ushpyaya is that there are three consonant compound word letters here. Ush, which is a cerebral sh, and up and ya. So that you may require some effort. You look at the meaning. Namaha, salutation. Hradayaya is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun. Hradayya. Okay. Hradayya. Okay. Hradayya means one who resides in ponds and lakes, wet places, but ponds and lakes. So there the Lord is present. Hradayaya Namaha, or the Lord who resides in ponds and lakes, to him our salutation. The next name is Niveshpyaya. It's again fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Niveshpyaha. So Niveshpyaha is where the issue is supposed to be snow or ice or dew, okay, where condensed water, colder climate, okay. There also the Lord is present. The dew drops and snow also reflect purity, because he lives in the Himalayas, the Kailash, which is only what you find is snowy water only. There the Lord is present. He is present in warmer climates. He is present in colder climates. In both places in the water, whether it's water in the warm climate, water in the cold climate, the Lord is present there also. Okay, salutation is the one who resides in ponds and lakes and one who resides in dewdrops. So, many are here from subcontinent, South Asia, very warm climate. There also the Lord was present. Here we are in winterland, snow and, slash wet water, freezing rain. The Lord is present here also. The Sri Rudra is present everywhere. We will look at the next mantra. I thought I would cover 8 mantras today. The last mantra. Namah Pam Savyaya cha Rajasyaya cha. Again, I think somebody will say, oh, brother, I don't know, got it wrong. It's again the Anuswara in Yajurveda, the chanting, that Anuswara is chanted as Gum, Agum, okay, because it precedes Sa, that changes to Gum, okay, for chanting purposes. But the word is Pam Savya, okay. So Namah Pam Savyaya cha Rajasyaya cha. Namah Pam Savyaya cha Rajasyaya cha. Meaning, let's look at Namaha is salutation. Pam Savyaya is the fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Pam Savyaha. Okay, Pam Savyaha means one who is in invisible, minute dust particles. The Lord is present in very minute dust particles also. We already looked at one of Swami's discourse where he says Anoraniyam. He's subtler than the subtlest atom, smaller than the smallest atom. Mahato Mahiyam. He's bigger than the biggest. So the Lord is present even in a tiny speck of dust. Even the dust particle which we don't see, the Lord is present. Palm Savyaya. So in the minutest things, the Lord is present. Invisible things also, the Lord is present. Rajasyaya is the next name. Rajas means it's big. What can be seen? Large dust particles. Rajasya is again fourth vibhakti of the simple noun Rajasya. In some places they have said Rajas, where the Rajas is high, also the Lord is present. That's also one of the meanings which people have, commentators have given. But I have just picked up this, because of this contrast, I have just picked up one of the meanings which they have given, which is invisible minute particle. In the large dust particles also the Lord is present. Or anything big. After all, the earth is also a large dust particle. From the universe perspective, it's a dust particle, but it's huge as far as we are concerned. So the Lord is present in the smallest and the big. Salutation, the one who is in invisible dust particles and one who is in large visible dust particles. I have an excerpt of Swami's discourse. We'll just take a look at it, if you don't mind. Okay, sorry. When I see the long lines of people going to church every Sunday, I am glad. But when I find you talking apologetically of your visits to temples and sages, I dislike it. Why not assert that you had been to a temple or sage boldly with heads erect? Why fear even the most trivial persons? Why yield to worry and misery, claiming all the time that you are a believer in God? You are born as a consequence of the activities you were engaged in past births. When a bus is speeding along, a cloud of dust follows it. When it halts, the passenger gets the dust all over. But how far can you travel without bringing the bus to a halt? The one consolation is you need not always speed along the mud road. Better roads are in store. The mud road, the fair weather road, is the Samiti road. The metal road, which comes later, is the Zilla Parishad road. At last you get onto the asphalt road, the road of the highways department, where the bus will not drag behind it any cloud of dust. The mud road is the Karma Marga, the road of activity. The metal road is the Upasana Marga, the road of worship or contemplation. The asphalt road is Jnana Marga, the road of divine knowledge and wisdom. Join the Jnana Marga soon, then there will be no dust. Because this dust refers to earth, being born again and again. The karma which we accumulate, which brings back again and again to the world. The Lord is present, no doubt, here also. But He wants us to go from the mud road to the highway, Prapatyaya Nama. We already started today with the well-trodden highway. He says, don't sit in the dust, even though the Lord is present. But we should make use of that. Even though the Lord is present, we should be able to travel to find the Lord. And that's the path. All sadhana leads to that. Even if in the dust the Lord is present, we should not go after the dust, but we should go after the indweller in the dust, which is the Lord. Sometimes we think the dust, there's Lord is, so we want the dust. We forget the Lord who is within the dust. It also means in this world, everything is I think in the Bible it says, dust though you are, you dust you turn to, return to the dust. That you are dust, made of dust, and you return to dust when you die. That is the body. But within this dust, there is a divine. So rather than going after the dust, we should go to the indweller. So in this world, the Lord is present in everything. But we should recognize the Lord, and we should be paying attention to the Lord and not to the particle in which the Lord is present. And those are thoughts which I thought I will share today. It's 10:15. So that's all I have. If there are any questions, and if I have an answer, or if you want me to find the answer, I will check. Yes, Brother Kumar, please go.
Brother Arno, I just on the mantra 7, it's a question related to Sanskrit. I just want to understand number 7.
Yes.
It says Hradayaya, right?
Hradayaya.
Hradayaya.
It's iya. There's iya is 2 years are there. Okay. Hradayaya.
No. Thank you, brother. My question is I mean, I see the ha, I don't know where the the ra coming in there.
Okay, so I will just.
I'm just trying. Maybe I'm not.
No, it's okay. I will just make it.
Is the ra hidden in the ha?
So you can see half of that ra is there in the middle of the ha.
Oh, that one. Okay.
It's the lower part of ra is there.
Okay.
A line, that is the hara part. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Kalyani, please.
Sorry, Ramanka. I just missed what you said about Goshtya. So go is cow, and the second part, was it asti?
Yes. Okay. But stha has become shta. Okay. One who is present, who resides, who establishes himself. Or where the goes are established. You can say one who. There is another word I think a lot of people use, goshti. That means group of people also. Maybe when people behave bad and they are part of a group, it's called goshti. But goshti means where house are kept, house are placed.
Okay.
But it comes from the word stha. Okay, stha is sthala. Asti. All of them come from the something which is posited. So where the cows are kept is the cow shed.
Okay, and it's the same asti as asti bhati.
Yes, exactly. So asti is presence, okay, but that stha means something when it's established. Sthala means a place. Sthai, state, things. All of them have that stha sound, but so in certain combinations it becomes shta.
Okay. And then for hridayaya versus the word hridaya, I guess your tongue for the ra is supposed to be in different places.
Okay, hra is a vowel.
Right.
The a is the vowel in hra. Okay, so ir, and a. But in the word hr, it's h plus the vowel r. So there are only two letters in hr because it's h, which is plus r, which is the vowel. The tongue position is more or less the same because the tongue is raised, pointing upwards, because that's where the r sound is produced. Hr, but it is just in one of them, HRA, is pronounced. So in terms of, you want to get very technical, r touches the palate a little more Then hr, where you don't touch, the tongue does not touch because it's a vowel.
Okay.
In ra, you touch the palate and then you release. Okay, but in r, the tongue does not touch the palate. You know, it's technical how the sound is produced. So one is touch and open, ra. The other one is r, where the tongue is close to touching, not doesn't touch.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the finer points. And the a actually is voiced at the throat. If you go back to the alphabet, it's a is producing ra. So the sound actually comes from produced there, the a sound. So there is some, so just technical, but in terms of the vibration, maybe it's similar because in both r and ra, there is air flows, there's a vowel. But I will, because there are many words where the r becomes sometimes ra. I can point out some examples. Okay, like Shruti, Shravana. You know, you can say Shruti means to hear. Shravana is also to listen. One is r, the other one is ra. You know, so they're they're similar in nature. So in terms of vibrational sound, they may be okay. They may be producing the same vibration, sound vibrations. There are some minor differences.
Okay. So is it, so would you pronounce it something like hridaya, hridayaya versus hridaya? I don't know.
See, I was looking at a couple of websites where they have used hr also. Like if I was looking at one of the websites I also consult for my purpose is the website maintained by Kanchi Kamakoti. They have published one of the books written by one person who has translated, but there they use the word hridayaya. But Ramakrishna Mission has published Mantra Pushpam where it's hridayaya, and that's the same version which Swami's Shruti book, Prati, whatever is published, uses also. And there are other commentaries in some books. Hra is the one used. So that's what I have chosen here.
Okay.
So it's Hradayaya. But some people chant it as Hridayaya. But I will just leave it to your options.
Okay, no, I understand. I was trying to understand how it would sound different, but I think I understand now.
Hradayaya versus Hridayaya.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So if there are no questions, we will close the session with closing prayers. Sai Ram, everyone. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sai Ram.